Ons selfs môre met George Scola en Christo Niemand. Ons praat spesifiek met hulle oor The Stroke Survivors Foundation. Beroerte is so 'n groot ding en is so deel van die samelewing. Dis baie belangrik dat inisiatiewe soos hierdie ook 'n bietjie ligtheid kry. Good morning, gentlemen. Goeiemôre.
Goeiemôre.
Lekker om met julle te gesels. George, I'm going to start with you. First, you started the Stroke Survivors Foundation. Why did you do that?
Because I had a stroke. What more reason do I need?
The best reason in the world,
No,
yeah.
Obviously I had a stroke in 2008, and then a short while after being discharged, I ended up losing my business and got divorced. So I looked for support, and there was nothing there. Now I was in my 30s, so speaking to older stroke survivors, they said, well, yeah, you've got another 30, 40 years to live.
Sure.
I said, how am I going to do that? They said, we don't know. So one thing led to another. I met up with another young stroke survivor, Charlene. Her dynamic was different to mine. She was a single mom. So we shared a lot of common difficulties, and started the foundation to prevent people going through what we did.
Yeah.
So just somebody to speak to, somebody, you know, a bouncing board. That's the reason.
It's about the support. It's about the fact that especially young stroke survivors don't have enough support necessarily. Christo, wat is jou pad gewees met beroerte?
Ja, my een is 'n TBI, so ek het hypoxie breinskade opgedoen. Dat is COVID in 2021 Junie. En so ek was in die hospitaal vir 73 dae en daarna gewees. Eigenlijk baie Christelike storie. Die aand het ek 'n hartstilstand gehad en as gevolg daarvan het ek 'n hypoxie breinskade opgedoen. Maar my seun en my sussie het op verskillende tye 9 die aand vir my gebid. En dis waar ek glo ek lewe nog so. Dis maar miracle dat ek lewe. Nie een van die spesialiste het gedink ek gaan weer kan praat of loop nie. So ek sê eintlik maar 'n miracle.
Sure. Ag, dankie dat jy jou getuienis deel. Ek dink dit is altyd so mooi.
Yeah.
I think it is so brave that you also start this, because we need to speak about these things, because we don't. Because you also speak about the fact that the emotional and mental recovery is almost harder than what the physical recovery is.
Absolutely. So you don't really have a choice whether you survive or don't survive a stroke. You either do or you don't. Once you've survived, well, what happens? Now, yes, we had the stroke, but the impact and burden falls on the family. So they also need support. And that's often not spoken about, is how do the family deal with you? Because when you get home, you kind of, you know, you've been in the hospital, doctors, nurses, therapists looking after you. When you get home, you look across the table from the family, okay, now what? And they say, well, we don't know. And that's where there's a huge gap that needs to be bridged. And that's what the foundation does.
Christo, jy was gelukkig genoeg om dat jou vrou jou baie mooi ondersteun het deur die proses nie.
Ja, nee, ek moet sê my vrou is my hero. Sy het my so versorg aan die begin. Ek moes sy alles vir my doen. So ek's baie lief vir haar. Dankie Tash. Sy kyk hoe nou. Maar anyway, sy het my rondgery of sit daar Natasha oorgeneem wat sy moes by oral rondgery het. Ek kon eers 2 jaar na my TBI kon ek weer begin bestuur het. So ja, nee, sy is 'n regte wonderlike vrou.
Sure.
George, supporting families. The foundation, it's one of the foundation's key, if not the most important focus of the foundation.
Correct. So what we do is we've got different programs in place. We run support groups. We focus on the survivor, on the families or the carers. And then we're also bringing out a mobile app, which, you know the saying, a child raises, a community raises a child. So that app, the intention behind that is that you have stroke survivors, carers, and healthcare professionals all on the same platform. So if you have a question, it's answered.
Wow.
And that's one of the biggest issues right now, is that a stroke survivor often feels alone Okay, how do I deal with this?
Cut off from the world,
Absolutely.
physically and socially.
Same goes for the family.
Yes.
Okay, Tash did a fantastic job with Christo, but she had that's in her heart. She wants to help.
Yeah.
So the app is a community that we bring together, and it's all on a phone,
Sure.
which hopefully will get 0 rated. So there's 0 cost for that, and that makes a huge difference.
Incredible. Christo, die ondersteuningsgroepe is ook reg oor die land. Dis nie net in een plek nie.
Ja, ons het 5 groepe in Johannesburg, een in Mainstream. Ons het een in Durban, Ballito, en dan in P en Bera nou. En dan een in Oos-London, en een in ons het in Kaapstad. Ja.
Wow.
Ons gaan volgende jaar begin een in Kimberley en ook een by Unitas Hospitaal.
Dis merkwaardig dat daar so baie takke is, ondersteuningsgroepe is. Hoe vind julle die reaksie by die ondersteuningsgroepe?
Ja.
Is daar genoeg mense wat kom hulp vra? Is daar te veel? Hoe werk dit?
Dit hang af, maar ek moet sê die groepe is fantasties. Dink dis waar hulle emosionele ondersteuning kry. As jy by groep bywoon, sal jy sien daar's mense wat huil. Aan die begin, dan begin hulle lag en dan begin hulle besef daar's mense wat dieselfde probleme as hulle het. Dis 'n regte gemeenskap van mense wat saamkom en mekaar ondersteun. En ek dink dis die groot rede waarom George dit begin het om juist daai gemeenskap te skep om laat mense se herstel wat baie beter is.
Absoluut. George, if someone goes through a stroke now, who do they contact? Where do they go? How can they get hold of you, for example?
Obviously, we're on social media, and we've got a website, strokesurvivors.org.za. But number one, get to a hospital and try and get to a stroke unit, because not all emergencies can deal with stroke. So, you got to get to a hospital urgently, because the more time passes, the more damage is done to your brain. So time is a huge factor.
Sure.
Your website strokesurvivors.org.
.za.
strokesurvivors.org.za. Christo, die pad vorentoe. Is daar iemand wat 'n beroerte oorleef het? Kan jy sê daar's definitief 'n pad vorentoe vir hulle?
Definitief. Ek wil net gou inspring. As jy het omtrent 86 miljoen breinselle in jou brein. As jy 'n minuut lank sonder suurstof is, verloor jy binne 9 miljoen. So dit is absoluut krities dat jy so gou moontlik by die hospitaal uitkom. Maar terug te kom na jou vraag toe, definitief daar's 'n toekoms vir jou. Ons help mense, ons help hulle emosioneel, maar as jy rehab doen, soos wat ek gedoen het, ek speel al golf, Jennifer, maar nie baie goed nie. Maar ja, dus daar's hoop. En as jy regtig, as jy wil, as jy positiewe gesindheid het, kan jy enigiets oorwin.
Sure. Daar's 'n getuienis. Dankie Christo Niemand en George Scholar. Dankie dat julle hier was. Thanks for sharing your inspiration and the motivation behind the Stroke Survivors Foundation.
Thank you.
Nou ja, daai keer gaan gerus na strokesurvivorsfoundation.org.za. En dan kan jy daar op die webwerf 'n bietjie kyk, 'n bietjie meer inligting kry, veral as jy iemand in jou familie het wat 'n beroerte gehad het en jy voel jy het hulp nodig. Wees maar asseblief welkom om daar besoek af te lê. Nou ja, as ons terug op die advertensiebreek, is tyd vir die nuus, die weer in die markte.